you see the Earth as a sphere. Those pictures are not faked, and I'll tell you just, if nothing else, here's why you can tell they're not faked. Just to create the paperwork that NASA has created, for NASA in this one case, just the paperwork to send anything out in space, to send people into orbit or to send them to the moon, that amount of paperwork would make faking it prohibitively expensive. No one could afford
This shit
to
my
generate
roommate
that
makes
much,
me listen to, and he's
that much
getting on my nerves.
documentation.
Fucking
And the
tired
other
of
thing, if you
listening to
want
this
to get into
bullshit.
this, if you're really serious, if your friends are really serious, have them get on a boat or a ship and go out at sea, and you'll notice you can't see infinitely.
You just watch is totally lying to you. That guy really cares about science. And he does
I'm
the fucking
convinced we
science
live
shit.
on a ball. I'm convinced.
No, you're not.
I am. You've convinced me. I'm doing what
Bullshit.
I want to do, and I got this guy fathering me, telling me what I should be doing with my life, and I need to go to school, and because I'm not very intelligent, calling me a fucking idiot because I don't think the Earth is a globe. But before it was, it's not flat, it's not flat. I told him I don't know if it's flat, and I don't care. Now he just constantly wants to drill into my head that it's a ball, and I'm tired of listening to the guy. And I'm going to have to give you an example of the stuff I have to listen to as soon as he puts alcohol to his lips.
It doesn't matter to me, dude. You can live as a child all that you
It
want.
must. It bothers you horribly how I live my life.
Not really. It just
It
kinda
does.
affects my life.
How?
Because you live with me.
I'm moving out any day now. You know that.
I know, dude. I don't know how to be nice about it, dude.
Be nice about what?
Calling you a fucking idiot.
Why would you call me a fucking idiot?
Because you're a fucking idiot.
Well,
dude.
you're not making any sense.
Because you believe in all this psychedelic shit and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You talk about the planet shifting and shit shifting all the time. Dude, this Pennzoil can is from the fucking 70s. It has not changed. The writing on this can has not changed.
No, it hasn't. It's always been that way.
Right. So
You
maybe
don't-
you're
you
in
don't-
a different dimension or not, dude. But this is the dimension that you're in. So accept it and deal with it, dude. You try to talk about shifting dimensions and shit, dude. But you have no proof of that, dude. You try to talk about words and fucking names and shit. And as far as I can understand, you're fairly illiterate, dude. Dude, I'm not trying to fucking hate on you, dude.
You are, dude. You
No,
hate
I'm
what I
busting your
believe.
balls.
No, you hate what
No.
I believe. You're afraid.
I don't hate what
You're afraid
I
that
don't
that
hate
shit
what
might
you
be
believe.
right.
No, dude.
Yes, you
no,
are.
that's not true at all, dude. I'm just telling you that in my beliefs, from what I see,
Yeah.
you are a dream chaser. You want to believe conspiracy shit, and you see what you want to see and you hear what you want to hear. Anthony, I'm really not trying to bust your balls, but I am busting your balls because you think you get it, but you clearly don't, dude. And I can't say I do either, dude. But you're in your own la la land, which is awesome, dude. I appreciate that, but you clearly do not get it.
I do.
Dude, Bill Nye has 10 times more knowledge than you or I do. And he is not lying to you, and he totally proves shit physically all the time. He does a kid show. Dude, he does a little kid show trying to prove science to children to influence these children to go on beyond where he's at. Dude, it's not a false. Anthony, it's not a false. He's doing a favor for everybody, not just himself for his own knowledge, but he's doing it for everybody else, dude. He's not getting paid off by anybody.
He's teaching theories to children.
No, he's teaching scientific proof to
Facts,
children.
truth.
Yes, facts and truth.
Truth.
That's what he's teaching. Have you ever watched Bill Nye the Science Guy?
No.
Dude, he will teach you some shit. And it's true. You can do it in your fucking own home. And it's fucking true. And you can't fucking credit or disprove it. Because you can do the same thing in your fucking home that he fucking teaches you, dude. He is not lying to you. He is not getting paid off. He is one of the most intelligent people on this fucking planet. And one of the things that he does is try and benefit everybody. He's all about humanity and everybody surviving, dude. And so, talk shit on Bill Nye, dude.
Oh yeah, one other thing. He shut the internet off on me because he was tired of having me sit at the computer. I said, dude, when you're gone, I clean the house, I do the dishes, the kitchen's always clean. Everything, it's not like I'm just sitting here doing nothing. I didn't have to. He didn't ask me to do the dishes or straighten up after him. I mean, but the internet's off, so I'm sure I won't be putting out many videos. You'll be getting these a week. By the time you guys get the information on my roommate's perception of things, that whole scenario will probably be over by a week at least. I'm not sure how I'm going to put that up, but, I think it's worth sharing. Parts of it that, I mean, I don't have to explain my life to anybody, but I really felt like I had to. This guy waited till the next morning and I explained it to him, and we get along when he ain't drinking, period. Finally got myself zeroed out, as far as maybe July, August. I think it happened in August. Zeroed myself out. Now I'm starting over. So what I'm doing with my life is really nobody's business. But you'll hear it.
Funny. Everything happens for a reason, right? We all know that. So, things happened the way they were supposed to happen there. I knew I was leaving anyway. I mean, it was like why I had to listen to him. I really felt like I didn't. But that's over with. Doing my thing. I've noticed a lot of people talking about bad times and rough times. It happened for me. I'm going to give you an example right now. But things have turned around. I mean, big time, in the direction I'm looking. I mean, and all the bad things that happened to me, I remember thinking before they happened. So this will pan out for me much better than going to California, and I'll be able to go, take off, do what I want, or stay here. It's up to me. No doubt in my mind I will get my physical desires. I mean, everything's happening the way it's supposed to. I wonder, is it a program that's just happening the way it's going to happen, and I'm happier when I go with it, and I'm unhappy when I don't go with it? There's things I won't go with, and there's things I will. I mean, I have morals, and I have my ideals. So there's things I obviously wouldn't go with. But right now, the things that are going on the outside world with that's not within my perception is pretty incredible. I mean, the people that I've been talking to, the dimensions or timelines that they're in is amazing. I mean, one guy is absolutely sure martial law is going to happen. I spoke with somebody else who said it's absolutely bullshit. To me, I don't know, whatever, it is what it is. I don't really concentrate on it. So for me, it's just not going to happen. And if you're experiencing that, you're just in another timeline or dimension or whatever you want. That's why I say, what you project, what you focus on, what you concentrate on is what you're going to experience. And getting away from flat earth and Mandela effects and YouTube and the news, not a bad thing. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be in my life right now. And I realize when I fight things don't work out. But when I let things happen, I mean, not even worrying about things, just whatever happens, just go with it, and everything works out perfect. I mean, even better than I would desire. So it's happened twice for me now, where I thought I was out of a job and had money stashed away, but that's going to run out, so what are you going to do? I didn't do anything. I meditated, took it easy, relaxed, and something came up every time, both times. And there are things I desire and that I want in my life, and they're coming. I know it, I feel it. But there's other things happening that are more important. The things I desire in my life are physical, and there's something not very physical going on right now. And that's more important. That's why I'm here. I was thinking about people who actually witness shifts. I witnessed one with the Grateful Dead pin. I'm not a Grateful Dead fan, but I guess that's what that looks like. I was wondering if we could pinpoint like when things were happening, but then I decided since there's infinite timelines, infinite dimensions, infinite things going on, no, that's not. So I just got done talking to a couple about a couple of Mandela effects. All I mentioned really was JFK, and everything else the gentleman kept saying no, it's always been that way. But she just kept looking like, whoa, what's going on? It's kind of weird. But the JFK thing kind of, he said, nah, it's got to be fixed or something. It's just, I really think it depends. Your mind is going to take it or it's not. You're either supposed to accept it or you're not, or maybe things will happen where you accept it on your own, because that's what it might come down to. But the Mandela effect is real. I have my own proof. I mean, a lot of things I could say, yeah, I could have misremembered that. I'll even go so far as to say I could have misremembered Magic Mirror. I don't think so for a second, but I'm like, well, okay, I could have. But no, I've had so many people online saying that the Mandela effect is just people misremembering. I don't understand why somebody would be so into calling people names because of what they remember or because of what they forgot. And why would you get on there and say it's just real? It's not real. These people are nuts. Why would you do that? Why do you care? If you're not noticing the effects, I wouldn't worry about it. If I wasn't noticing the effects, I wouldn't be talking about it. But I'm noticing effects, so I'm talking about it. If you're not noticing effects, why would you bother? Are you upset that you're not involved, you're not included? I really believe you're going to be soon. This is in response to all the posts about people who have passed. Now, it's my theory that we're all in our own personal timeline dimension. So when they die for you. You're interacting with them on another level. You're still talking with them. You're still interacting with them. It's just that your consciousness is somewhere else, experiencing what you need to experience. I don't think they died. They just shifted into a timeline where they had to learn the things they had to learn, whether it be, whatever it is. I mean, it could be anything.
All in all it was just a break in the wall. All in all it was just breaks in the wall.
I'm thinking is bad. But the only way I came up with this idea is by thinking. Every time I start thinking or daydreaming about shit, it happens. I've been cutting myself off quick, and I think that works. It's strange because I'll just be daydreaming about something that's totally irrelevant, that, something about the future that might happen, and I've been cutting myself off. This whole living in the moment, and that's how I cut myself off. I concentrate on what I'm doing at that moment. And I just get into it and I feel it. It was like once I said about feeling my feet on the ground. It just gave me a feeling. That's what it is. I get in the moment and I feel it. I don't even know if this is worth mentioning, if it really matters. I was in this convenience store a month and a half ago. It was a small, tiny little thing. I just went in to get a thing of water so I could use the restroom. It was a small, tiny little restroom. And now I just walked in the place, and it's this expanded store that is connected to everything. That I don't know how to explain it. The whole store's different. I mean, yeah, they could have refurbished it. They could have changed it. But it's not new. I walked into the bathroom. It was in a totally different section, and the bathroom's old. And this is definitely the place I was in. So I don't know what to think. Well, of course I know what to think. Yeah, that's straight down.
Ah, you see? All right. Camera's moving.
I swear to you, the announcer just said in the middle of another sentence, "Oh, by the way, the earth is flat," you know, and he laughed, and they kept going on about some guy's statistics or something. I know that's what I heard. Yeah, that story about the store that changed on me reminds me of when I first got into the Mandela effect, and I was driving around and I saw a store that I frequent, and they got a brand new sign. The next day I drove by it, and it was the old wooden sign that I remembered from before. And I thought that was really strange. I'm taking this nice, beautiful drive through the mountains. I'm thinking about that video. I can't quite remember. Evans. I think it might have been Evans something. About how you just need to let go of 3D. You know, that's the shift is done. You know, we may notice some more changes. But you know, we're here now, we're out of 3D, and it's just a matter of letting that go, letting it die. And it felt like, wow, that's really easy to do. Some interesting thoughts I have while I'm driving through this incredible scene. Now this is strange. This is where I was actually looking to find this place. Whoa. Now this is supposedly what I was told in 1970, in the 70s. There's a ghost town down here. There it is. That was evacuated. Now this town was evacuated supposedly because like the army came in and said, that's it, you're out, got everybody out. I can't believe I can get this close to it, because what I was told is you can't. So they evacuated everybody. I don't have a clue what happened to them, but the story was that the ionization off of the screws that they were building in this town got in the water and started poisoning everybody, and they were all getting sick. So they evacuated the town. With the clothes on there, those cars out there have been sitting there since the 70s. Is that true? I can't be allowed to come down this far. This can't be true. That's what I was told. I don't know. They said they left the cars, the trucks, the clothes on the back. There are food on the tables. And I don't know. I don't see anybody down there. It looks like I can get down there. This can't be the town. As I was told you're not allowed near the place. There's no way. These cars don't look like they're from the 70s. Oh, and there's people walking around. So apparently this is not the ghost town that I was told about. Interesting. I think I was just told a ghost story. That's what I think. So I'm still driving through this supposed ghost town. I was told right after the bridge, there's a spot, you can go down and see it. And I just think, if this is the town, they rebuilt it. I don't know where I'm at now. Well, there's the bridge. And after the bridge, I made a right, just like I was told. Of course, now I have no clue where I'm going. Hey, why not? I have not been getting to many videos. I've been wrapped up in my own stuff and trying to put away the electronics for the most part, or as much as I can. Now I know what I heard. Just in case, if somebody has the MLB package or anything and they want to check it out, it was the top of the 7th inning, probably with 2 outs, when I believe I heard he said that. It is also game 2 between the Dodgers and the Cubs. Top of the 7th inning, he said, and the earth is flat. Now, whether he said it sarcastically, his exact words I think were, the earth is flat, by the way. Might have had something to do with the way the pitch went or whatever. I don't know. I wasn't really listening at the time, so that's why I'm hesitant to say, yeah, that's what he said. So it's game 2, Dodgers versus Cubs, 2016, top of the 7th inning, probably with 2 outs. Now look, this place is so busy, I could have misheard it. I mean, I might have heard it wrong, so who knows? I don't mind getting lost in this. I really don't know if this would be considered a Mandela effect or not, but this episode called "And the Children Shall Lead," I've heard of the title, but I've never seen this episode before, and I have seen every Star Trek. I was a big Trekkie back in the day, and I've seen every Star Trek, original, Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine. I mean, and Enterprise. I mean, I've seen every episode of everything. I've never seen this. But I do remember that title, which is strange. I've seen this movie a million times. This kick is different. This is different.
He's gone.
The way he says Mr. Anderson.
Goodbye, Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. how to become aware in the moment, wash knives. Just wash knives. You'll definitely stay aware.
I plan on just drinking most of the day.
Oh my God!
So there's 4.
So what do you think they are? I mean,
About the chemtrails?
oh, you know about that.
Yeah.
Most of our younger generation knows these days.
I mean,
Well, you
that's
know,
just
actually-
simply amazing.
They're seeding clouds right now. That's what they're doing.
Seeding clouds for snow, rain, what?
Probably snow.
So if you have a copy of Pink Floyd's The Wall, go ahead and listen to it and let me know if it says brick or break. I would suggest listening to the whole album. For me, it changed a few times. It's brick one time and the rest of the time it's break. You know, let me know. Give me a reply. Playing a little tic-tac-toe. I often come across people who say, yeah, I'm just sitting here checking out all the other people and all their personalities. I'm just observing. And, you know, are they learning something from that? I mean, what is that? If I am the only one in my own timeline, in my own dimension, is it wrong for me to desire to spend time alone? If I have an opportunity to interact with others, should I be doing it? Is it wrong to be alone when that's the whole point? No, I don't think so. No. It's not wrong. But am I utilizing my time? I remember in a video not long ago I mentioned that the next experience might be experiencing your past lives. And not long ago I had a dream where it was me and 2 others. The 2 others were also me, and they were discussing what to do with me next. And you know, I had a little bit of a say, but there were boundaries. And you know, I just recall like the one going, yeah, that's it. He gets that. He does that, and yeah, he's going to go through that, and in a good way, like I deserved it. You know, it was like a good thing, and I deserved it, and that was really strange. And I wondered if that had something to do with that. I don't know. It was very vivid. And there was another dream where a psychic, Daniel Brinkley, walked me around and showed me different things. One where people were stuck mourning, another where people were given chances to go back and live physical lives. You know, it was really vivid, interesting, revealing. But I don't dream vividly a lot. That would be 2 of them. I know I've made the statement that I don't feel we need a government on a macro scale as far as the country. You know, we don't have one for the world. I guess unless you count the UN, but that's not my point. I've been thinking about that on a collective scale. As a collective, yeah, we probably need to get involved as a collective. Individually, no. You know, and I think that's what we're doing. We're doing this collectively and individually. And I've always felt that no, we don't really need a government, because it's about what's in your perception and what you're doing within your pocket of life. I don't know. what's going on between governments, it shouldn't affect us. What they do is they control and manipulate and lie and steal. You know, I'm not trying to be flip about it, but that's what they that's what they do. It's about power, and it's not needed. If there was no government, we wouldn't be worried about what was going on in other countries. Oh, well, people would be coming across the borders and whatever. Okay, well, those areas, the law enforcement that lives there would have to take care of that. I mean, you know, if there's an individual thing in a certain town going on that needs to be taken care of, the authority in that town would take care of it. Governments don't have to get involved. It's just my opinion. But on a collective scale, I've been thinking about that, and on a collective scale, yeah, I need to put more thought into that, because collectively we probably need to, on a macro scale, yeah, we need it. Or better yet, on the macro scale, we need to get rid of it. We need to be involved and fix it, deplete it down to nothing. I mean, it's to where on the macro scale we are taking care of ourselves. I was going to do this big no vote, don't vote campaign, but I don't know. I don't know if that's the way to go either. I don't know if that's the way to work. I'm not. I haven't been involved in years. Once. I voted once. I voted for Perot. I don't even know if that was the right thing. But I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to go do the whole no vote thing. I would have been started that months ago anyway. Everybody's got to do what they want to do. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. Vote for who you want to, or don't vote if you don't want. What kind of cat is it?
She.
All the time.
You-
So when you're home from work,
Is
you
it
just want to
Sphinx
sit and
hair?
chill?
I don't.
No.
It does. You can't really pet it.
Yeah, she doesn't like. She likes it, but she's like, what's it?
Yeah, she wishes she had fur. Oh, you are so interesting.
You right out with your boss.
Give
That's a good shot.
But there's another one?
Yeah, there's one going that way. And this one's going this way.
The clouds behind it are all hazy. So, you think snow soon?
So right now there's 3 of them almost in the same vicinity, right next to each other.
All going in lines.
There's another new world at the top of the world for the first one who breaks through the ice. And I looked around the room.
Then in 2016, the earth shifted beneath our feet. The rebellion started.